Hi everyone, this is Carrie Cole with Side by Side Educational Consulting, where we work side by side with educators to improve outcomes for all kids. Today I want to talk to you a little bit more about phonological awareness. We talked in the previous video about what phonological awareness was and why it was so critical to reading, but I want to expand on that a little bit more today so you can start to think about students and kids that you're working with and why this might be such a critical skill. So remember, phonological awareness is the ability to be able to identify and manipulate sound structures in words, things like syllables, onset rhymes, and phonemes. Lots of times you'll hear the two terms, phonological awareness and phonemic awareness, used interchangeably. And I think it's important for you to understand that they are not one and the same. They're similar, they're related, but they're not one and the same. So phonological awareness is considered more of an umbrella term. It's a term that includes all of those sound structures in language, things like words, word parts, syllables, and onset and rhymes. Whereas phonemic awareness is really specific and honed in on the phoneme level. And remember, phonemes are just sounds. So anything that drills down to the individual sounds in words is going to be phonemic awareness. Those other big parts of words are going to be considered phonological awareness. Why that's important to understand is because it's phonemic awareness that's considered the biggest predictor to reading achievement later on. So if students struggle with phonemic awareness, they're likely going to struggle learning to read. Another reason that this is important to know is because there really is a developmental continuum within that phonological awareness spectrum. So kids might start more at the word level, then move to the syllable level, onset rhyme level, and then finally the phoneme level. There is some fluidity there. It's not just one to the other, but at the same time they also build towards the other. So that's important to understand. Now, thinking about phonemic awareness and why it's so critical, I want you to think about students that maybe have learned to decode. Okay, so they're students that maybe know, I've begun to understand the alphabetic principle, how these sounds map to print. Maybe they have their letter sound associations intact, so they understand the letter names and what the letter names sounds are. And when they come to a word, maybe they can even sound it out. They can decode it and say k, at. But when you ask them to blend those sounds together, they struggle. They're not able to say the word cat. Or maybe they sound the word out, and when you ask them what the word is, they come up with something totally different. I would tell you that their primary issue is likely not decoding or phonics, but it's back to the phonological awareness or phoneme level. So you're going to have to back up and work on skills at that level. One thing to help you differentiate more between this idea of phonological and phonemic awareness and phonics is this. Phonological and phonemic awareness could be done in the dark. It could be done blindfolded. You're not connecting the sounds that we hear to print. Once you connect the sounds that you hear to print, that really is becoming more phonics. Phonics is looking at how those sounds map to print and then blending those sounds together. But you can do phonological awareness and phonemic awareness activities and skills without having any reference to print. It's something that, when you think about it, it's something babies are even aware of because they're starting to play with sounds when they begin babbling. That right there is really phonemic awareness. They're starting to say some of those first sounds that they've been hearing, b, 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 or That's the first indication that they have some level of that phonological and phonemic awareness. We work with rhymes with kids, we read nursery rhymes. All of that is working on phonological awareness skills. But you want to get to that phoneme level, and for many kids, this needs to happen in an explicit, systematic way. You want to get to that phonemic awareness level because that's going to build towards being able to read those words in print, which is phonics, later on. So you can isolate those skills for phonemic awareness and work on those independent of print. In the next videos, I'm going to be showing you how to look at each of the levels of phonological awareness and some of the activities that you can do with kids to work in classroom to develop those skills. All right, that's it. If you liked this video and found it helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Also remember that you can subscribe to our channel because new videos are coming out every week. Thanks so much for watching.